Greetings and welcome to the 9th installment of my Minecraft map history series. This is rsmalec looking back at the maps that I've played from 2011 to 2013, and in this month I'm going to be looking at maps from December. Let's start with December 2011, in which I played and reviewed 16 custom maps for Minecraft. I'm going to talk about two that stand out in my mind and why they stand out. First off, the adventure map Rise of the Rebellion by ParadiseDecay. In my mind, this is one of ParadiseDecay's crowning achievements to date, but it should be noticed that this guy has worked tirelessly for over 3 years to create a scene-by-scene recreation of Star Wars: A New Hope in Minecraft that you can watch while listening to the soundtrack and the dialogue of the movie itself. Amazing. But let's get back to this map. This map is enormous from a scale and beauty perspective. It is so worthy of the Star Wars name. It was hand created in creative mode. Yes, every block was hand placed in this giant recreation of the Death Star, of Star Destroyers. It's amazing. The story is that you fight your way through the Death Star to steal the schematics and give them to the Rebel Alliance for Luke's famous trench run. Now the special effects are practical. There's TNT, and there's some really cool little things that he does, including a really clever magnetic boots sequence. I also enjoyed his clever idea for shouting out members of the Minecraft community. Overall, this is epic. A great map to look back on just in time for Star Wars Episode 7 hype. Now the second map that I'm going to point out is actually a parkour map called Jerry's Adventure by Overlordpawel. This is one of the first parkour maps that I played which I truly felt was parkour, which is moving through an environment in the most efficient way possible. It's not blocks floating in space. It's not terrain with blocks floating over them. This has an amazing build and great visual detail. While I was playing this map, I did find some pretty unforgiving jumps, but the cool thing about it is it's basically an open world adventure. You can go through many of the jump courses in just about any order you want while playing the role of a tiny mouse in a giant house. The map itself has some pretty extensive in-game tutorial and guides to help you through your pathing. It's really fun, a lot of very good clever redstone puzzles to break it up. Jerry's Adventure by Overlordpawel. Alright, so we're going to move on to December of 2012. Now, of the 18 maps that I played during that month, I want to talk about 4 of them and a special mention. The first, and I can't believe this map is so old, it's called A Day in Tuscarora by dasButtocks, who have since renamed themselves. This was an incredibly beautiful build in nostalgic Middle America. It really captures the feel of a text-based adventure through dynamic NPC dialogue and interaction, and the story was awesome. You basically are reliving the same day over and over again, a la Groundhog Day, until you progress to one of the multiple endings. Did you get the girl? Did you make a fortune? More importantly, does the character learn to be a better person through their interactions? I really enjoyed the feel of this map, and playing through it with the multiple timelines was fantastic. Alright, next up is a CTM map. This one was Blight Castle by Thadiwyn. I had a super amount of fun with this in my LP, playing as an orc and a dark elf and many other characters. This map has an excellent story with visuals and progression. It was fantastic. I love the pacing of the wool boxes, and Thadiwyn did something that I hadn't really seen before. He provided a lot of raw materials that really allow you to skip the grindy bits in a typical CTM. Humor is balanced throughout the map and always appropriate to theme, and the zones themselves are actually quite well designed in terms of their combat layout, but also the use of the Minecraft textures throughout the areas really sets it apart from other CTMs in my mind. Next up, we have a multi-genre map, The 12 Days of Minemas, by OhmicFoamy and members of the Minecraft community. This was inspired by the Toy Box compilation. OhmicFoamy gathered the Minecraft community to count down to Christmas. He reminded me of my favorite holiday cartoon, Pluto's Christmas Tree, where you circle the interior of a giant Christmas tree, gazing into each of the ornaments to experience 12 unique adventure puzzle entries in an ultimate end to save Christmas and rsmalec. Now, I also want to give a special mention to a map series that started in 2012 December. Felonious the Wizard and I played a series called Hidden Gems. In this series, we played and reviewed 8 random maps from the Minecraft forums. Then we force ranked them in terms of quality from gravel through gold, diamond, and emerald, looking for hidden gems. We had a lot of fun coming across some maps that really stood out and would have otherwise been overlooked by the community. Sledding on to December 2013. I played 13 maps in December of 2013. I'm going to talk about 2 of them here that really were special to me. The first is called A View on Life by Janeiac. This was a very serious story wrapped in an elegant build with an entertaining series of search puzzles. Be warned, this map is not really for kids. It takes place primarily in an elementary school where the furnishings are twice as high as your character, giving you the impression that you are playing as a child. The story explores themes of bullying, corporal punishment, mental and physical abuses, depression, and the lack of self-confidence, and other issues that grow out of these atrocities, including suicide. Combat is fairly straightforward, but can get difficult if you let yourself get boxed in while exploring. I personally love maps that loop you back through multiple versions of the same area with incremental changes, and this one pays off in droves. Last but not least, I want to talk about a map by Jespertheend, The Code 3. Once again, Jespertheend blew me away with his logic puzzles and visual effects, introducing me to things that I never imagined Minecraft could do. Seriously, the special effects are mind-blowing. Everything is a puzzle, even the hallways between the puzzles. That said, this map has a very different feel than the previous 2 versions of the code. It is so tightly integrated that it almost feels randomly made to me. In the first map, there were clear rooms that helped you understand when to switch your brain between figure out the rules and figure out the puzzle mode. In the second map, I enjoyed the story and theme of corrupting the first map. This one feels as though it has organically grown from there. It was a bit hard for me to personally keep my head wrapped around all of it at once. Might be too hard for the casual player, but puzzle lovers or special effects lovers should be thoroughly entertained. So, that was a look back at custom map highlights from December 2011, 12, and 13. If you enjoyed it, you can find over 680 map review threads on my forum. Link is in the description. And if you want to get a sneak peek at new reviews, LPs, or other exclusive content before it airs to the public, consider supporting me via Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next month. Happy holidays! And a playful thanks to Jigarbov, who didn't have a map reviewed in a past December, however, donated these special snowmen to this video. Thanks, man.